Top 18, let's go. First things first, Dick Clark Productions, what are you doing disabling my top 20 recap? You did not own anything in that recap. The only thing in that recap was myself. You don't own me. Back off. Going first, Evan and Randi. They danced a Jive routine by Louis Van Amstel, and gotta say, it was just okay. It was just, her legs weren't moving like the flicks that they need to be, and he was too smooth. Actually, she picked it up towards the end, but at the beginning it was falling flat. It was just okay. Do I think they'll be in the bottom? Maybe, unless Evan fans really pick up the phone for him, but it wasn't the most memorable out of the night. There wasn't that many memorable out of this night, but I didn't really like it. I've seen better. Melissa and Ade were next with a jazz routine by Sonia, and it was danced to one of, I don't know the song, but it was really good. Honestly, all of Sonia's song choices always make it into my iPod. They danced a really good routine. I have to admit, I enjoyed this routine after watching it more than once. I had to watch it more than once. First time I wasn't really liking it, and then the judges just went crazy about it, so I'm like, okay, I'll watch this one again. And it was pretty good. The thing is, I think at the beginning, I was trying to make sense out of the whole story that she was trying to say, but the story didn't really come across in the dance, so I guess it kind of confused me. But if you just watch the dancing as a whole, it was really good. Caitlin and Jason were up next with a hip hop by Shane Sparks. And honestly, I don't think this is the way Shane Sparks wanted to make his big comeback. Caitlin, you were bad. Honestly, I have no idea what you were doing. How were you the lead in, like the lead character in that group routine of the top 20 with Boom Boom Pow? How? You were awful. Honestly, probably the worst girl in the competition right now. She did okay in the Bollywood, but this one you could just see all her weaknesses, and he wasn't that good either. It was, maybe it was just the choreography, but I didn't like it. Definitely don't even want to rewatch it. That's bad. Janette and Brandon with the disco fever, and it was very fast. It was the fastest disco I think I've ever seen on the show. And it was just like, it was so fast, and it was really fun to watch. Disco is always like disco, but it was okay. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Probably one of my favorites throughout the night. You could see her stumble a little bit at the end. The last lift, they didn't really call her on it, but I saw her stumble. And the one where she was wobbly too, but she picked it up and she was, bam, right in it. So I really liked the disco. Doriana Sanchez, well done. Asuka and Vitolio were next, and when I found out they had a waltz, I'm like, why would they give them a waltz? Apparently it's random, but I don't believe it. I mean, they had to show personality. The judges kept on telling them last week they have to show personality, and what do? They give them a waltz. How can they show personality? Asuka's face throughout the entire thing was like this. It was so good, but like, they can't show personality in that dance. They danced it really well, and I think they redeemed themselves last week. But come on, like, gotta give them like something like a contemporary or like a Jive or anything fun Broadway. Next up was Kayla and Max dancing to Brian Friedman's Pop Jazz, and it was so good. It was definitely one of my favorites of the night. She looked like a bird woman guarding her nest, and he was just like the guy trying to invade it, stealing her babies. The story made sense. Throughout the entire thing, you made sense. You understood when he was trying to be all seductive, and then you started to see how she was losing the power of the throne, and it just made sense. The music was good. They were all really hard-hitting, and I really, really enjoyed this one. I can't wait to watch it again. I can see why Kayla has been hyped up after this dance. The samba was okay. This one was really, really good. Karla and Jonathan were up next with Sytycd, Canadian. They danced a contemporary routine, and I saw this and I'm like, oh, why would they give Jonathan this? He can't even dance his own style. And I was surprised. Karla was crazy good. She was just flying all over the place, just letting herself go. She had so much trust in Jonathan. And the judges didn't say that, but it was so apparent because she was just falling and like he was there, and it was really, really good. I like this one a lot, but I still don't know if they have enough fans to keep them out of the bottom. I hope this one gained them a little bit, but we'll see. Philip and Janine danced a tango by Tony Meredith. Melanie, where are you? Does nobody remember her? Like, she had red hair and stuff. She was with Tony Meredith all the time. Where are you, Melanie? I'm concerned. They danced tango, or they tried to dance a tango. It was really bad. The judges were basically telling all of us to ignore the fact that Philip is bad at this and just to let him go because he's Philip. No, it was bad. Had this been any other couple, you would have ripped them apart. It was so bad. That Janine did good. Well, did as good as she could, but Philip was like, no, just no. I still like you though. Last but not least, were Ashley and Kupono, and they danced a hip hop, hard-hitting hip hop with Shane Sparks once again. What the hell were the judges watching? I like this one. Did you see Ashley? She barely gets any credit. She was so good. She's a contemporary dancer. She was like, she was so hard hitting, and it was just incredible to watch. I was really watching her, so that maybe that's why I like the routine. Wasn't really watching him, but when I was, he was so synchronized with Ashley that I was enjoying it, and I love the concept about the shadow, and I just really liked that routine, and I have no idea. I did not think it was just okay. I thought it was over okay, like, I thought it was good, and I don't think they should be in the bottom. But we'll see. Bottom three couples. I have a feeling that this week, the bottom three couples of like last week, completely flipped. Because really, I enjoyed the Waltz. No one really enjoys the Waltz. This week, the Waltz was one of my favorite ones. Bottom three. I would put Evan and Randi with the Jive. Do I think they'll be in it? No. I would put Philip and Janine, because that was just bad. And Caitlin and Jason, because they were just bad. Like, these two were not good. If, like, Philip and Janine are not going to be in the bottom. So, probably Kupono and Ashley, or, you know, even Jonathan and his partner, or Melissa and Ade, they could be in the bottom. I'm hoping Asuka and Vitolio are not in the bottom, because honestly, give them a break. They got Broadway, now they have Waltz. Come on. And they're still doing pretty good. So, that's it for my top 18 recap. Peace!